hello. Hello, everyone. Shit. Welcome to the podcast, Utopia District Group Podcast number 2, I think episode number 7 or 8. And it's a video podcast. We're doing this for the first time, so bear with us as we deal with these technical problems. And we want to take an opportunity to celebrate our 1 year of Utopia District. It's coming up, and it's fucking crazy how fast it's flown by, but it's happening September 25th-ish. So figured we'd have a chat about that and sit down with everybody. Who do we got here? Let's start from left to right on my screen. We've got Ognos, OG, classic homie from way back. Welcoming up
way back here. What's going on?
Welcome. We have Interro Flashbang Dynamite, new member of Utopia District. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
We've got Jupiter Like the Planet, also new member of Utopia District. Welcome, party.
Yeah, hi.
Hello. We're stoked to have you. We've got Omega Killer, right? Yeah, Omega Killer. Sort of a new team member, written a little bit for the team, for the group already, and stoked to have you here as well.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
And we've got a hidden identity going on with the math and everything, and I love it. I hope you could see a little bit at least.
I can make out basic shapes.
Shapes, yeah, cool. You can hear us.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
perfectly.
Yeah, awesome. We've got Pranoko, great friend of Utopia District and integral team member. Welcome.
Thanks for welcoming me, dude. It's good to be back.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And last but not least, we've got Stu Adib, number 1 homie.
Certainly not least.
And certainly not least. That's right. That's right. Welcome. And everyone, thank you for coming and chilling and being on camera. This is a great opportunity for everyone in the community to get to know us a little bit by face and, put the voice to a face sort of thing as we go through this next year of whatever happens here at Utopia District. So we're very excited, and
it feels like we just started yesterday.
Once again. Yeah, I know, man. It's like, it's maybe not yesterday, but like 3 months ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god,
It's like it's already September. The time has just flown by.
Yeah,
To me, it definitely feels
over.
like it's only been 3 months ago. Oh, wait, it has. For me,
yeah,
anyway.
that's true. Yeah, and
3 months exactly.
I didn't really put this together, but like our anniversary happens as summer comes to a close, so it's like our last hurrah to enjoy summer together. That hopefully in person next year.
Totally.
But that whole like poolside. Actually, speaking.
Yeah, something to really look forward to.
We have a cool Utopia District community compilation album coming out soon. That's very much in that celebration of end of summer territory. So keep your eyes peeled for that, everyone. We are stoked. But today we just want to take some time to talk about our plans for the anniversary and just reminisce a little bit about what went on over the past year, or however long you've been kicking around. So I've got a couple of discussion topics to start. So if we want to dive into those, or does anyone have any opening remarks they'd like to get across before we do?
I mean,
did we want to go through introductions? Just
a little more introductions.
Role each of us.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
So who you want to start with yourself?
Hi,
Oh, no.
I'm Interro.
You brought it up.
I'm new. Yeah. I'm probably one of the newer staff members. I've been here for, I think, 3 months now, and I am a production assistant, or aspiring to be. And so I'm just helping to keep things cruising along and come up with new ideas and projects and how to facilitate them. And I'm just really happy to be here and hanging out with all this really cool group of people. Bringing you all kinds of fun and interesting things in the future. I think
you've been a great help. I would say more like a production supervisor or manager than assistant, but we'll get there one thing at a time, right? Yeah,
definitely.
Let's go with Jupiter, since that's kind of the point of this episode as well.
It's
we have a cool project in the works with our friend Jupiter here, and let's talk about a little bit of your background and what you're joining the team for and all that.
Sure. Okay, cool. So, I'm a little red in the face that this is primarily about me. Don't like the attention that way. But no, it's all good.
Yeah.
So I've been like writing in LA for like a while, like at a comedy theater. I managed a comedy theater and all this other stuff. And I'm just like moving more into the digital space. And so here for Utopia District, I'm specifically gonna use video game reviews to also kind of talk about vaporwave as an art movement. And so while it is on the surface level most likely about video game vaporwaving scene or whatever, it's also kind of just what that means to the movement, and it kind of leads that. So for example, if you play Mall Quest, you can go into like how Dead Mall enthusiasm has sort of grown and actually has sort of flourished during the pandemic, right? Like that's a thing because there's so many malls dying.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, right?
That's
Yeah,
true.
or comparing, let's say, like Verlet Swing and Cyberhook, which are two games that like you can use to explore the vaporwave aesthetic with the outrun style and stuff like that. But it's more of like a video essay thing, and that's what I'm moving into for here.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah.
So we want everyone to get familiar with who y'all are, and what better way to do that than a video pod.
Sure. By the way, that's like it'll be called Max Head Reviews. I'm just throwing that out there. It'll be called
Max Head Reviews. Very cool.
I like it.
Yeah, awesome. Stu, what about you?
Well, hey, I'm Stu Adib. I'm the cute one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Occasional writer for Utopia District. I've done some reviews. I've worked a little bit helping out with the news team, and also just all around cool dude. Just you're lucky to have me.
And some back end stuff. Yeah, man, we are. We definitely are. Long time friend.
And
I feel blessed.
one time visual artist too for an event, but I don't know. I don't think I was as good as some of the other people, but that's me.
Yeah, we're always gonna compare. I feel like that myself all the time too. We'll always compare to each other like that. But hopefully we get some more visuals from you in the future with some upcoming events. We may have something in the works actually for that events.
Not only are you the cutest one, I must say I think you have one of the best names too, because it is a play on Muad Deep, right? From
Yes. My real name is Stu. I love Dune, so I just smash them together.
Is that where they came from? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so good.
You are the most
Yeah, I
handsome
love it.
confirmed, but I've heard that Omega is too beautiful to look at without a mask on. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's hearsay.
It'll be like opening the
that was a
Ark
mask. I
Covenant.
thought that was the face.
Oh yeah.
He's doing it for our protection, everyone.
The lore comes to life. The lore comes out. Pernoko, what's the history behind your name?
I was just playing stupid games with names, and it just kind of morphed into Prenoko eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing too special.
That's
I think Pernoko plays the role of the most fashionable person
Thank you. Yeah, I tried my best. I have a lot of fun.
Oh
doing
yeah.
at Utopia District.
Yeah.
I mean,
Seriously,
you do more than try. You
title
succeed
down,
very
dude.
well.
There is
Thank
no
you very
try.
much. I appreciate
There's only succeed. That Pernoko probably going to be
Only
leading up
succeed.
that Utopia District fashion department someday in the future. Maybe we'll get something like
I
that.
love
going.
that. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I was trying to get him to start that that jewelry line just the other day.
Honestly, like it wouldn't be a bad idea. Like I could market it towards everyone instead of just one specific gender.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Good point.
I buy it.
Oh yeah.
And Pernoko, how do we know each other? What are you doing here?
Well, I mean, we met at Electronicon. I loved your all your podcasts and stuff. So that's really how I got into Private Suite. And then for Utopia District now, I'm working on the page, doing my best to update that as often as I can. I'm working on the yet unpublished labels page and do a little bit of writing, nothing published yet, but I'm working there.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, all around goodness. Some
I'd
help
say
on
I'm
some.
a big picture guy too. I like to give ideas out, see what we can do with that.
Yeah, I love that. And some cool upcoming projects we have in the works as well, right?
That is right. Yeah, we got that compilation album that I'm
Little
heading,
comp.
and hopefully that works out.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. Keep your eyes peeled, everybody. There's gonna be some great artists involved, and a great little fun celebration, end of summer thing as well. And last but not least, we have Omega Killer.
So, I'm Omega.
What's your story?
I'm just kind of writing staff for now.
Yeah.
And I haven't been doing writing for too long, but I have at least one published piece, and I have a few in the works. I actually got to interview an artist for some sort of upcoming writing project that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my job. It's just writing reviews and stuff like that so far.
Awesome. Yeah, super. That's
I'm really looking forward to reading more of your works, man. Really excited.
Yeah, it's so cool to offer a place to like have people feel comfortable to start to perfect their craft in a way. Like, you don't have to come here and be this amazing writer or visual artist or anything, really. You just have to want to have fun and try shit out. So, thank you. And hopefully we can help you as much as you're helping us with, providing content and all that sort of thing. We'll get there. One thing at a time.
The thing is like, when I came in here, I came into the Discord just to kind of look at vaporwave stuff, and then I remember one day I just kind of said in the general chat, I was like, oh, I'm interested in trying to write stuff about music, but I just don't know where to start. And then that's kind of how I accidentally got my foot in the door of actually becoming staff.
Yeah, G-Ban took you under his wing a little bit. Trusty old G-Ban, who could not be at this at our session here today, but maybe next time. And Ed, did you have anything else you wanted to add? Should we dive into these pieces here? And we're stoked to have you, of course, Omega. Nope. We're good.
Wait, who's it?
All right.
Who was that?
Don't forget about Agnos. I know people know him from Private Suite, but
You didn't say. Who did we start with? Oh, we started with Interro. Fuck balls. Not Agnos.
Oh, for shame.
We totally overweight somebody.
Dang, I hope you guys wouldn't notice.
Yeah, what's your story, man? What are you about?
What's my story? You go back, man. All right, so Indy and I go back from Private Suite. We first met at Econ 1. Me, you, and what was it? Rich was there, right? Rich,
yes.
And Mackie, and then we all had that time after Econ where we hung out at what was it? I'm
Hotel?
like thinking Golden Gate Park, but it's not Golden Gate
You're
Park.
talking about Central Park?
Central Park. Central
there's
Park.
a bridge.
What the hell am I?
Yeah, Central Park.
Yeah, so that's kind of how
course,
we all.
I was there too.
That's how. Oh yeah, that's right. You were there, Stu. All of us, and yeah, it was just a good time. Kind of got in with Private Suite, and then got into the Private Suite podcast with everybody. We did that for a while. So here I am. Been a lot, kind of busy, hurricane. Like too busy. But hopefully working to get back into the podcasting game with Utopia District, and then possibly photography for some of the more live events as they come on board. So maybe down in LA for some Neon City stuff.
It's gonna be sick.
That'd be
Some
pretty
coverage.
cool. Take some video, take some photos. Yeah, that's kind of where I've been at, doing a lot of photos lately.
Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah,
It's
and
so
you
funny.
do good shit too, man. I'm excited to see you like start really open off the shows and stuff more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe another
really
DJ set.
excited for the shows to come back.
Yo, your drum and bass set that one time, I don't know, like 6 months ago, that was so great.
Oh, yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I would love. I've like been getting really into like, what is it, like juke and footwork and drum and bass, all that like super fast paced dance music is something that's kind of been growing on me as time's been going on. So I need to get my act together and start downloading some music.
Yeah.
Have you listened to any like intelligent drum and bass, or is that not even in style anymore?
Intelligent drum and bass, I was like, it's funny because I was just talking about this with one of the guys I work with, because he played this intelligent drum and bass and we kind of just summed it up to be what was it, liquid drum and bass, but with a different name. I don't like the name intelligent drum and bass unless there is like a big difference between intelligent and liquid drum and bass.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, dope.
Do you know the difference? Or
I can't. I literally don't. No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, man,
okay.
People don't,
I don't know. He was
Generally,
playing an intelligent drum and bass soundtrack. What's that?
Generally, it's older, like from the late 90s. There's a few artists in particular that did that kind of thing or had like tribute or compilation albums of like just that kind of style of people like looking back, like this was the intelligent kind of drum and bass.
Gotcha. I just don't like the name intelligent. It sounds
nobody does. Yeah, but the aesthetic is actually like super vaporwave because it's like all these like 90s
for sure.
3D generated graphics and stuff like that. And that, I mean, that's I guess that's how I started to stumble into it on YouTube, because I discover a lot of music through YouTube and I'll see those covers and I'll be like, this is dope. And so just like exploring even the artwork of all the covers of intelligent drum and bass are pretty dope.
Yeah, true.
And liquid drum and bass, the drum and bass with all. Yeah. All the stuff with all the drum and bass mixed with all the jazz and the funk sounds. It's just like super smooth. That's the drum and bass I'm really into, and I'm kind of seeing it more and more, and I'm getting excited about it.
So smooth, so smooth. There's one guy, it's like Pesce, I think.
Yes, that's the one I shared in the Discord. I think.
Oh yeah, classic. Classics right there, bro. We'll link that shit up in the episode description for y'all.
For sure. Yeah, that one has that one video I sent had all the really dope 3D graphics that were laid out, and that's like another thing. So it just kind of like the visual goes really well with like sort of the funky beats of it. Yeah, it's great. I'm more into the jazzy underlyings of that.
Yeah, it's more like catches you off guard sort of thing. Right, it's more interesting in that sense, like exciting and less predictable.
Yeah.
That's part
it's
of
just
why I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys I don't know how you discover your music. Are we going off topic? I don't know which direction to take things. Or just natural flow topic.
We're just
cool.
We're here to hang and enjoy being a part of this cool little organization thing.
For sure. So like what I was going to go into with that was like, I don't know how you guys discover new music. I don't use Spotify. It's kind of a long story. It's fine. I don't mind using it, but YouTube is my main discovery route. So like whatever just kind of gets linked to me in the queue, and like sometimes that often starts with like sort of a visual like a cover or something that like might have an interesting name, obviously, and you go into that. And so for some reason, I don't know how intelligent drum and bass came out through my like vaporwave, future funk, city pop playlist, but it started to go into like that, and that's how I kind of fell into it. But I don't know where you guys are mostly discovering your music at these days.
Great question.
Twitter.
I like Bandcamp exclusive.
I use a lot of Bandcamp.
I have Apple Music, but I usually use it just because Apple Music syncs all the downloads I get from Bandcamp. I download a lot of stuff from Bandcamp, and I can have it available to stream. But most of all the music I'm discovering is either through like some of the label subscriptions I have through Bandcamp, like Business Casual and stuff. And then also through Twitter. Like every time I see somebody post some music on Twitter from all the people I follow, that's kind of where I get all my music recommendations.
Which side of Twitter is it?
Yeah.
Say again?
What's that?
Is it like, you know how they have like weird Twitter and like all these other types of Twitters? Like, I'm actually not as familiar with Twitter, but as a shit poster, I'm familiar with weird Twitter.
There's vaporwave Twitter is like pretty poppin', man. Like if you want to like get involved with like stuff that's going on, that's also where you find out about a lot of the events that are going on too, is vaporwave Twitter. Yeah. So
really?
If you were on there, you would have known about all these events because they've been talking about it nonstop.
I can't. There's too many social medias, and like Twitter is like TikTok, and I'm happy to be on TikTok, but there's a lot of things on it that already kind of annoy me, and Twitter is just more of that.
See, I had this conversation with one of my coworkers that we love Twitter because all the best TikToks just go to Twitter, and then it filters out all the ones that weren't good enough.
There you go.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it's funny. We got all these like 5 different giant tech companies, and they're all just filled with screenshots of the other 4.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
The thing about Twitter for me too was like, I decided I was like, okay, well, I hit a point, and you guys may find this too, or have had this experience where you had a Twitter before you discovered vaporwave. Then you realize how big the vaporwave scene on Twitter was, and then it's like, okay, how do I separate my life from my vaporwave interests, like all my regular feed, and because like there's so much vapor I don't want to miss, but it's clogging everything up, and it's just, so I ended up abandoning everything that I was following that wasn't vaporwave related on my Indy Twitter, and like making some other random shit for, you know, my local Toronto news Twitter and stuff like that. So it's kind of like you have to, if you really want to insert yourself into the community, you have to have that be your like brand almost on Twitter. I think. I could be wrong.
What were you saying?
Could be wrong.
Definitely.
It's definitely a learning curve to Twitter, and like being like, I wouldn't say on brand, but like being relevant to the community that you're like wanting to be involved with, because some communities cross over and then some really don't, like vaporwave Twitter and like crypto Twitter don't cross over very much. So
yeah,
the NFT things like kind of had a lot of friction between each other when that was happening.
Yeah, that's true,
which is a shame.
Yeah. But so you might have to do that to get something out of Twitter. You might have to put a bit of work in that capacity.
I mean, that's the same thing with TikTok as well. It's just you got to manage your algorithm or whatever. At least for TikTok, that's what it is. I don't know. Wait, Interro, did you say you use Twitter or you don't? You do? Yeah, I was like saying, were you saying you were using it?
Okay. Well, I've recently started actually using it, and I can definitely get behind what Indy said, because I had a Twitter, and, you know, it was kind of just a weird extension of, you know, my Facebook, and I, at the time, wasn't really getting much value out of it. But then, you know, some Russian hackers nuked that account, and I had to start fresh. So I was like, well, what a better time than with you know, coming into Utopia District, and I'll be able to focus on this new Twitter account on being just vaporwave. And yeah, like the things that you get suggested when your Twitter account is pretty much curated to just following vaporwave interests and all the adjacent genres, you know, you're getting all kinds of stuff there. So that was a pleasant surprise for me, kind of feeling like I was new to Twitter.
I feel like it's so important, because like what I love most about Twitter is the fact that you can choose to not use the algorithm. You can just use the most recent tweets, and like nobody else does anything like that. So if you have full control of who you follow and who you want to see, and if you like actually put in some time to really curate the people that you want to pay attention to, and there's a lot of people in vaporwave, some are good people to follow, some are just like edgy shit posters and that may be your thing or not. But like you can be able to get a really nice feed of like recent tweets, and then like stay really involved with the community, and like it's like like Instagram, for example, I follow a bunch of people, but I'm only seeing the same like 20 people on my feed, and it kind of sucks.
You know what?
Okay,
go
I don't
for
have
it.
that option to see hear everybody else.
I just forgot about this. I'm bringing it up because we're talking about it. So I forgot that I made this for a job resume, and it's no longer active as of I think November 29th, 2018, because I just kind of shut it down. But I made a vaporwave Twitter bot that called AestheticBot95 that retweets anything with the vaporwave hashtag, and then it hits the Giphy API and
That's
makes
yours.
Oh, you know it?
I do know that. That's
retweets all
funny.
my stuff.
There's also Vaporwave Bot. That's the other one. But I'm Aesthetic Bot 95. Yeah. And then it like I forgot about this thing. I need to now that I'm here, I should probably do it. But yeah, it also like it'll like your posts and refollow you and stuff like that. It does like follow for follow. Yeah, I forgot about this thing. I'm looking at it right now. I sent it in the meeting chat if you want to see like all the things that it like tweeted out. It's a big retweeter. And then it tweets out vaporwave, synthwave, chillwave, all that stuff, GIFs and stuff like that. And then I don't know if I got this feature to work, but if you added it, like if you said like at vaporwave or at aesthetic bot, it would give you a vaporwave nickname. I don't know if it's still I don't know if it's still doing that now, but yeah, that's everything that it was doing.
Damn, I didn't know that.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, this is cool as hell.
Tweets. Woo. Cool.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, there you go.
Follow now.
So that was for a job interview or like a portfolio piece or whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
cool,
close to 20,000 tweets. God damn.
It's so funny because like I remember getting into vaporwave Twitter like back in 2018 and how little there was as far as like if you look up the vaporwave hashtag, and now there's like so much stuff, and there's so much stuff just like out of our little bubble like of people just talking about vaporwave. It's just kind of crazy how much it's grown, like even beyond what we see.
Yeah. Wait, real quick, were you guys already following, or am I tripping that you guys just followed? Is this because Ognos and Prinoko
just followed?
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, whoa, okay. Anyway, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's just funny. I'm also thinking back to when I first had to make that decision. Like, hey, what is this Twitter gonna be for? Is it just vaporwave? And I've thought like, is everybody doing this? Like, how do people keep up with all the things happening there? And it's something nobody really talks about. And like, if there were to be a intro to vapor how-to guide, how to do everything, whether it's what albums to listen to or what websites to go to, no one's really talking about like how to really utilize a platform, and that you might have to just sacrifice or make a brand new Twitter for only vaporwave stuff or vaporwave and adjacent, and that should be written down somewhere. I think maybe there's a Reddit post of someone else talking about it, but I feel like it's something that I bet I'm not the only person that had to make that decision. It was daunting.
Yeah, and I feel like it was just a happy accident that I stumbled upon it by weird circumstance. And it is amazing once you really dial in your Twitter account to a specific interest. Yeah, how up to date in real time you're getting to see all these, really cool things going on in the community that you might not have otherwise, because there is a lot.
That's when it changes.
Yeah, just like you started the conversation with Jupiter, it's like, where do you go? There's so much social media, there's so much content out there. How do you filter through it? You only got so much time in a day. And I think hopefully, that's one of the aims for Utopia District, right? Is to, bring some of that curated content into one ecosystem to enjoy, where they can go and know, like, we Tampa.
That's also true.
I have an introductory playlist of 7 to 8 songs that I send to people. It's also, by the way, if you ever run out of, if you want to have fun conversations on dating apps or whatever, and you're meeting things, share a playlist. People love that. It's like you guys want to exchange playlists. That's how I find it. Actually, we were talking about how we find new mixtapes,
right?
Through dating apps.
Oh yeah,
through dating apps. I'll exchange playlists.
Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna hard disagree with that one.
I didn't say it was good.
It'll be
I
interesting.
just said that's how you vibe with somebody.
Definitely.
Sure. But yeah, it's.
If I had to date someone based off of the music they listen to.
No.
Maybe that's why I'm still single.
On Tinder or whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what's on that list. It goes through vaporwave, future funk, city pop, and lo-fi, and it just goes through those four. It starts off with like luxury, elite, and St. Pepsi, and enjoy yourself, and then it goes into a Young Bae song. I can look it up, but then it goes to a night tempo song, Windy Summer. Then there is like a city pop song who's the artist I can't think of off the top of my head, but it's a very 80s looking Japanese music video, which I guess I'll share in the party chat. And then it does a ginseng lo-fi song, Here We Go. Ginseng is so good. Yeah. And then I think
that's so good.
I think it ends on Beach Walk by
Whitewoods.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I got
that's
you.
It. So it's like it goes through all of that. Yeah. Oh, and it goes through another St. Pepsi song. Yeah, that one, I forgot which one. There's another St. Pepsi, like exclusive St. Pepsi song on there as well.
You got to get surfing in there too.
I think for me,
there's one or two classic.
I think overall Spotify is decent for me for discovering new vaporwave, and Twitter has been remarkable. But I think I found more things that I love, more new music, new songs, new artists. Just within communities like Utopia District and other similar servers where people are sharing like a new song or one of their favorite artists or favorite song from an artist. And I think that's been really the best way, is just talking to people.
Yeah, I feel the same way with my discovery. Directly. Like I download everything off Bandcamp. I don't use any of the discovery stuff that they have there, and stuff I have a bad habit of just scrolling past because it's like, okay, you released a cassette, well I'm broke so I can't afford that, so I'm not even gonna listen. Scroll. But like in Discord channels, when someone is actually posting like, hey, listen to this, I like this a lot, that's personally for me like, okay, so I can sort of get into this, have this curated list of what's handed to me. All right, yeah, I vibe with this.
Yeah,
my way is weird. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I find the YouTube playlist was good just so that people also got the visual element of it.
Yeah. Especially there's a video in there too. But speaking of YouTube, I find a lot of new music on YouTube through labels, music videos pages. Like I'm my Indy, my YouTube account, I'm just subscribed to a bunch of labels like metal, drum and bass, reggae, and these organizations that are just putting out the new music from those genres. And that's a great way to find things I'd never had no idea this band even existed kind of thing. And I don't have to already be listening to music, like using the radio feature of Google or Spotify, where it's it's going to make you a playlist of similar stuff. I find often that's not really giving me much of what I like. What I'd rather is just a random recommendation on the side from the same channel I'm at, and then I can go into the channel and look at the different playlists they have there. I find that's it's the next way of discovering the music like that without having to be on Bandcamp or get a direct thing from somebody on Discord. Because man, I don't know how. It's a great question. Are there other avenues that people Omega? You haven't talked in a while. How do you find new music?
Well, I was actually gonna tag off and say that YouTube is one of my biggest.
Yeah.
Alongside Bandcamp, because if I can, I'd like to give us some shout outs to some channels that I frequent for finding music, which is
sure.
Recently, LoungeNet, hosted by Pat Shennington.
Oh yes.
Every day.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah. Every day, it's just there's a new album, and the way it works is that people any artist, big or small, submit something to them, and then he just posts it, and it could be, either just like an older work, it could be brand new, it could be exclusive to that channel, and you won't find it on anywhere else. And like literally every day, I go on, and whenever I need music to listen to, I just listen to it, and it spans all genres of vaporwave, and you have people like Dan Mason on there, and I want to say St. Pepsi has something on there. But even
I've
then,
been really impressed with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's among them are these super small people I've never heard about, and I listened to it. I was like, this is great because you get people coming in to listen to the big artists, but then you have the smaller artists in the recommended. So they're like, oh, I might check that out.
What is the channel again?
It's called LoungeNet. Yeah, and so then just also tagging off is I think Pat Shennington's channel is an amazing video that I actually got into vaporwave with, and it's literally just the 100 essential vaporwave albums.
100 albums, yeah. I remember that one. Very good one.
Because at that time, I actually remember there was a stigma around vaporwave that's like, oh, that's kind of like a counterculture, basically trying to be outcast people. But then after watching that video, I remember I listened to some of the albums. I was like, oh, I actually completely love this. I love it so much.
Yeah, that was a great video.
Great sources. And then, of course, you got Vapor Memory. I think a lot of people know about Vapor Memory, and that's a really good channel for finding music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the best one. Honestly, I think. Yeah, I guess the question is, are you looking for new vaporwave or music like other? Like it's for me, it's like there's two different things. Am I in vaporwave now, or is it like my regular boring music life?
I mean, as far as like music discovery, I think it's inarguable that like TikTok I found a lot of music through TikTok, whether I like it or not. But I know who Olivia Rodrigo is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know the name. I still don't know her music.
It's okay. Just listen to a Paramore track. It's basically the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's just that one song. But yeah. We lost somebody?
No, Demo Dog joined and left.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Wish he could have joined us. He's awesome. Maybe next time, folks.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like I mean, like we're more nuanced people. Like we look for all sorts of different. Like if you want to know the other site that's like non-vaporwave related, because I think it's kind of cool. I mean, you can kind of bring it back to like 80s if you want, but like I listened to this one website called Radio with 5 O's, and it has a timeline at the bottom and then a map. And if it's like a different decade from 1900 to present, and if you select on a decade and a country, it'll play music from that era for that country. So that's how
nice. Yo, link that up.
Cool.
Let's check that out. That's sick.
That's how I discovered a lot of city pop artists. So they have 3 things that you can pick. You can do slow, fast, and weird. Obviously, fuck slow, but go with like fast and weird, and like you'll find some like I love weird 80s Japanese music, and like Italian Itali disco is really good. Russia in the 80s is good. Germany in the but like Southeast Asia, like Cambodia and Vietnam, 60s music, so good. Like you can go and check all these different places, and I feel like
it'd be a great way for sample hunting. I think.
To what?
To do sample hunting.
Yeah,
to find obscure samples from other countries that you never,
I'll link it in the party chat.
Yeah.
It's really good. The musical time machine. Yeah, the map even changes with the era because it's like not Russia, it's USSR and all this other stuff,
Yeah.
So there will be some countries that you can't check out, like they either didn't exist or whatever. But Egypt has some good stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh shit.
You should definitely link that. I don't want to forget about that ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna send that.
I want to explore that to the max.
Yeah,
and
it's coming.
I'm gonna send it in there. I also found through a newsletter. I'm gonna give this a try if anybody here makes music. But there's like a website I just found through Hacker Newsletter, I think, or maybe through Garbage Day Newsletter, But if you guys like shit posting or anything from the internet, but like if you give it 2 YouTube links or something like that of different songs, the AI will try to generate a mix and mashup of the 2 songs.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Rave.dj
so.
or something like that?
I think that's what it is. Yeah. Have you checked it out?
Yeah, I have. I was underwhelmed.
You were okay,
I was
for sure.
a little underwhelmed. No, but it's like I feel like it could be a lot better. So I feel like it's a little early.
I'm sure they're working on it.
It's not like, because I don't know if anyone's been familiar with all the AI image art. It's been like popping up everywhere.
Too much.
That's like so insane, and like
it's great.
I know DMT is probably like doing the most with it, and all of the stuff that he's been putting out is crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel like audio is a little bit.
Yeah.
People are a little more attuned to audio, so like the smallest like subtle differences, we can hear a lot. We can hear things a lot more in more detail than what we can just see, I guess. Or it's a lot more. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
Like we're a lot more forgiving with our eyes than we are with our ears.
That's really true, for sure. That's like the YouTube rule. Like in comedy school, like the clown school, in classes when they were like, if you upload anything to YouTube, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It just matters what it sounds like. People will be it does matter what it looks like, but they're just like, if they can't hear shit, people hate that. And it's like, absolutely. That being said, I am not musically inclined. The one track I tried to make turned out horribly. I mixed, I mixed, it just did not work. I mixed the space theme song from the Lost Vikings soundtrack with Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus, and it just doesn't sound good.
Oh my god.
It doesn't sound good at all.
I gotta hear that. It sounds terrible. I mixed it was a George Clinton, which song did I pick? I think I did Never Late Again, and I mixed it with I don't know if anybody remembers this Bond movie from like the 90s and like the awesome soundtrack that movie had. There was a song that was a mashup between like Crystal Method and Filter.
Nice.
And it's called Trip Like I Do. It was a big radio hit back in the 90s, but like I mixed that with a George Clinton song, and I'm just like, it's the same key. It's like it's not the same tempo, but it like did something weird with the pitch, and I was just like, dude, like like it sounds cool, but it sounds chaotic. And like now I want to like do a proper mashup of it because I think I can do it better.
Called it Thunderphonics, and you would have been good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It sounds cool because like the sounds are similar, and it would like mesh well together if it was like kind of done a little bit more elegantly, I think. So.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that
harder.
AI won't one day be able to do it, because AI is very, very much like growing in the audio realm. We're using a lot of different AI tools for editing, and it's crazy the stuff that it could do.
Even the like voice simulation shit. It's fucking
Really
scary, man.
Feeding at data is very interesting. Like Interro was saying,
time will tell. This mashup generator is going to be insane one day, possibly.
On the note of audio quality,
I think what you said though.
I'll jump ahead with this one. When I was young, you guys may have experienced this too. When you would try and access channels on your cable TV that were like higher up, and sometimes they wouldn't come in. But if the audio was fine, then you could watch it. Like you could like look through the hazy video and be like, yeah, I can make out there's something going on here. But if you can hear everything, then you're good.
Sure.
It's so funny how picky we are with audio like that. But images, we're just like, yeah, generally that looks fine. Yeah, we'll take it.
That blob looks like a person, I guess.
Ocular pat down.
Very opening of American Pie. Illegal channels. he's like
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a boob. Yes.
That's what I thought you were talking about, Indy.
Oh yeah.
Those channels, the higher numbers, right?
Yeah. Those channels.
I think that points to, and gosh, there's so many articles and studies about how our brains are always trying to make sense of the world, especially visually, and you will literally fill in detail that's not there when you're looking at something. So when you made the statement that the audio, is more important for a lot of things than the visual, it makes sense. Absolutely, it's more important. And then I think it kind of brings you around to how vaporwave, just as genre and the art, are just absolutely always together.
That's why I think that YouTube thing works so well, is just because you get both together, and it's a symphony playing together. Speaking of which, I linked I think you had in the doc a movie that you had watched, or a vaporwave thing. It's not really, but I remember walking into Blockbuster Video and seeing 3D generated movies that people were just selling. They're only $49 or whatever. I guess they had no other market. There's no place. The only place you would see parts of these visuals is maybe if somebody decided to put it on Liquid Television or Cartoon Sushi or something like that on MTV. And that's the one I linked, but it's a 45-minute video, and I used to use it for my visual backgrounds when my way of exploring new music was buying an entire catalog or subscribing to a catalog on Bandcamp. And then going on Twitch and then just doing a 2-hour show where I would just have those visuals on in the background and just play music and stuff like that. So, that was another way.
Interesting. I never thought to do it on Twitch.
Yeah. I mean, they take down parts of your audio for sure because people are sampling shit.
Yeah, because Amazon refuses to actually pay for people, and they rather just take your shit down instead.
Yeah, because they don't have Amazon.
They're too... Yeah, they want to keep taking money, but they just don't want to pay any artists, which is kind of bullshit in itself, but whatever.
Yeah, for sure. But it's funny that you say that, because there's a famous shitpost story of I mean, this is a little off base, but you're talking about that money to get something taken down or whatever. I mean, I think it's much easier to invest in getting something taken down than keeping it up. But there's a famous 4chan story. I'm not going to go too much into the details, but a girl went and she did something the moment she turned 18. I'll put it that way. But she ended up being she did it days afterwards, and it was very, very rough and crazy or whatever. But her dad was a billionaire and found out about it and just went on a DMCA strike down and made sure that it was almost completely unrecoverable. But it's the internet, so people have backups and stuff like that. But that guy went and got everything taken down. But keeping it up is that's another story, right?
Well, it's at that point, just get the licenses.
He owns the license to that movie. If that's weird, he owns his daughter's movies. Weird, right? Yeah.
Yikes. If Amazon really wanted to, if it would cost some money to just get licenses. The thing that makes it complicated is that you have to get licenses for every single country that you're streaming in. So, and that's where it gets really complicated. And so to not have to deal with that mess, it's just easier just to take down everyone's audio, which is
I get
it sucks for us.
I get it.
And it sucks for the artists because they're not going to get paid. And it's just but
let's be real. If
there's an easier way to do it.
They
only really need to buy licenses for one country, and it's the only country that matters. And I think we all agree, Djibouti. So the Djibouti license. Corner that market.
Why did you bring that up again? What were you talking about?
What were we talking about?
Talking about him streaming Bandcamp catalogs on Twitch.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Right.
By the way, that question is the question that can stump any stoner. What were we just talking about?
Who knows, man?
No.
Who knows?
My only weakness.
So we know who's smoking weed. It's all of us. Yeah. Nobody can.
What?
Except for
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think Alex knew what we were talking about. What?
Yeah.
It's great. We used to at my comedy show Shitpost. We used to have a game called the Great High Debate where we would get people stoned. I would buy joints. By the way, it's legal where I'm from. All right, internet. It's legal, all right. But I would take 2 members of the audience back, and then I would make sure and watch them that they smoked this joint all the way down to the end, and then I would have them come up and they would have to answer questions to the best of their ability. And so, like, the first questions are things like, "What is commerce?" And then they're just like, "Oh, yeah."
It's like the Billy Madison. Billy Madison question.
Then they have to do a debate. It's like they have to answer a question, and I can't remember what the second round was, but then the last one was you have to take a debate, and I give them either a pro and a con side, like you're going to be for and against, and it would be like, does stand your ground laws apply to Santa Claus? Stuff like that. And they're like, okay, let's debate that.
All right. What is my position?
Castle doctrine.
That's great.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So anyway. That's just
great tangent.
That has nothing to do with vaporwave or anything.
That's great. Now, speaking of vaporwave, I want to talk about this live event that happened like last week or week and a half ago. I don't think it officially has a name. It was Pacific Plaza's event, SoCal Vaporwave show.
Oh yeah.
Pinocchio, you went to that, right?
Are you the one where you talk about the actual IRL event that they live streamed?
The IRL show, yeah, with Enrail, Groovy, Sev, Earthboy.
That was so sick. That was kind of just spontaneous. I was actually not expecting like the live stream to be like that. And because I was just like, I knew there was a show, but I didn't think they were gonna live stream the whole thing. And because I know Molo she was recording and live streaming a little bit of it at this start, and then All Hell Breaks Loops took over and just set up a phone up top, and that was so cool just to watch that.
The bootleg style.
It was super bootleg.
It was a great stream. I loved watching it, but at the same time, it made me super lonely because Molo and Enrail had stopped at my place on their way out to LA, and then they went out there, and I'm like, oh, there's all my friends. Oh god.
Yeah, I know. I was very sad. I was like, man, I wish I could be there.
I was supposed to go. Nobody wanted to drive to Santa Ana.
That was it.
I couldn't find anybody that would go to Santa Ana with me. That's
I
how
told you, bro.
is, dude.
You just gotta go, man. The Vapor people will be there, and you'll be.
Dude, I mean, if I could drive all the way to LA by myself just to go see a show from San Francisco.
For sure. Yeah, you know what? I like this thing walking, and I don't like to. I'm such a weird person about having to drive over 20 to 30 minutes, which LA is not an ideal place for that. Everything takes 30 minutes to get to. But yeah,
so would have been worth it, bro.
Yeah, everybody's afraid to leave. Yeah, it would have been worth it. I know. Man. I now know I'm an idiot.
Next time. No problem.
Next time.
There'll be another. Shouts out to Alex. Yeah. Shouts out to DS Dude. Shouts out to Mr. Mello for
Pacific Plaza.
Putting that shit on.
Pacific Plaza.
Pacific Plaza.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And that pleasant surprise of them streaming it, that was just so fantastic to, just in the evening, I'm getting ready for bed and I look at my phone and I was just like, no way. Notification. Hell breaks loose. Pacific Plaza live. This can't be it. No, they didn't.
That's true because we asked.
It was a pleasant surprise.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was a spur of the moment thing, but and it was
that
cool.
Was awesome
we're writing a little something. It may have been out when this comes out. I don't know, but just a little recap, get people's thoughts on the event, and commemorate it in time on the internet, because that's the thing with these live shows. They're like, you had to be there kind of thing, right?
Yeah, totally.
You had
just
to
make
be
sure,
there.
just to really drive it home that if you missed it.
Hey man, I'm in Toronto. I'm gonna miss every fucking show. I don't get any shows. But the after part, like the history of it, right? Like just remembering that it happened, that we got one.
Sure.
And the work that was put in and everything to be able to pull something like this off during such an unprecedented time. Masks required. Not everyone maybe has their second dose yet, So yeah, I think it's important. But sorry to rub it in. I'm rubbing it in for myself too, bro.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, see, let's just in the eyeball, just
in the eyeball. Yeah. Cool. So, before we move on to talk about next thing, anyone got any final thoughts there about any of that shit?
No,
can't wait till the next one.
Yeah. Can't wait till stuff starts popping off in Texas, you know?
Yeah.
All right,
Did you say Pernocco?
Yeah, Texas. That's where, like, I think the vast majority of people seem to be at is in Texas.
I've been shocked this past year just how many motherfuckers are out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big exodus, but that could be. Does that mean that we've lost people from California to go to Texas, or is everybody just from everywhere going into Texas?
I think some of the Texas people are like just legit from Texas, and they're not all. Yeah. I know some people who have been out there, that moved out there that aren't even from California. Necessarily.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure.
Texas crew come through. Oh, on that, join our Discord. Anyone checking out the podcast right now, join up our Discord. I can give you the link to it actually right now. But it's on our website, utopiadistrict.com. You can also do discord.gg. I'll fucking put it in the description. I'm not reading out numbers and letters string.
Yeah. I was like,
HTTPS://
That part,
he is going for
capital
it.
D, capital
Just give him the Bitly link.
Underscore, yeah. Yeah, we should do a Bitly link. That's true. Maybe we will.
Bitly links are so convenient.
Oh yeah, we had to build one in code school. I used to know how they do it. And that's you know what? That's not even an interesting story. Moving on. Yeah.
That's an
moving
interesting story. We don't want to take up everyone's night though.
I just have the thought though that like, is it like more vaporwave to read out the text of a URL just like they had to do in 80s infomercial or like 90s commercials?
Oh god, yes.
So like if you want to reach your law firm, make sure
like
you
the
type
radio
in
commercials from
www.
1997.
Yeah, like you have to say the whole thing. You have to quickly write it on a piece of paper. They have hope that like your internet's good enough to like load up everything.
Oh, that was the best when it was on TV too.
IP addresses.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Catch us on Usenet. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's talk about this anniversary, guys. We have our 1-year anniversary coming up, September 25th. It's going to be a public event. It's a couple private things going on for just the team before we dive into a public stream with some DJs, some Utopia District content celebration kind of video, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be emceeing and talking to all the people in the chat, getting people to pop in on mic, and we're just going to play some footage, of videos we've done over the past year from events, and have artists send us like little things, like people that are participating in the community to share and showcase to one another. So yeah, it should be a good time. Couple hours, like 4 to 6 hours maybe, and just show we are here. We've been here for a year, and we're taking it pretty seriously. So why not do an anniversary thing, right?
You've even written your own vows, right? That you're going to read that for Utopia.
If anything happens to me, I need to actually
to write a vow. Wow.
I
go for it.
I need to write
a living will and testament if you
lose.
A
will. A contingency plan for if the shit goes down.
Oh my god. For sure. Everybody should
running.
have a contingency plan for when they die to at least wipe everybody's computer clean. Maybe not in your case, you can pass that over, but please destroy my computers.
Yeah, we'll have to have someone I trust go through it with like a fine-tooth comb and be like, nope, not that. Okay, this is fine.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Or just a magnet. You don't need a comb. It's just a magnet. Just go through them.
No, because there's too much good stuff. There's so much gold. We can't let it die. I have music from if you were listening to the podcast I did with 3D Blast recently, we were talking about old internet shit and backups. And I have music from 2001 or 1999, like whenever I started using Napster for the first time. I've copied it over to every single drive and every computer I've had since then. So like, there's so much gold there. Like, I've got to ensure it doesn't die. Got to upload it.
You should totally be an internet archaeologist if that's the case, because that stuff is like really cool. I mean, we just have the biggest. That's true. That can be put on everybody's tombstone. There was never enough time.
There wasn't enough time. Yeah.
No, it's something that we discuss a lot, or it comes up a lot in conversation. Is, are we going to archive all this, right? Posterity, like, there's so much going on, and over time it becomes hard to find.
Yeah, I mean,
I make it accessible.
The internet is in decay. That is 100% happening. It's
it's not just decaying. It's like it's being actively shut down in a lot of cases because of the
dismantled and
like the copyright, at least in the U.S., is like insane. Everything's locked up, and anyone tries to do anything with it, it gets shut down and buried, and you can never find it again.
I see. I was like thinking of things like Flash.
Yeah.
Well, that too, but like it's just like it feels like it's ramped up so much more in like with the development of like streaming platforms. Like, people have so much shit locked down like as IP, and you just it just gets erased immediately almost.
Yeah, you truly don't own things that are on the cloud.
That too.
Right.
But the whole rule of like, once you put it on the internet, it's there forever. It kind of is, but like the internet's so controlled by corporations now. Yeah, it's like it's not so much it is really anymore. Like, they're controlling the lens that we're seeing the internet through a lot of the time, at least for like a standard populace. If you're not using
you
like
mentioned that.
an alternate browser or Google. Go ahead.
It's funny you mentioned that. Like 3 hours ago, I tweeted something right before we started recording. I tweeted to back up your Snapchat memories, because I've been seeing over and over and over again people like saying something on Snapchat and then they get their accounts deleted and all of their memories are completely gone.
And
it's happened to like a lot of people. Just because I think Snapchat has a big problem with people selling drugs on their platform. So if you like post something that kind of resembles you and mentioning anything like drug related that looks like you could be selling it, they'll just straight up just delete your account, like no questions asked, and then all of their memories are gone.
Wow.
I mean, I guess problem is a perspective.
Download your shit, folks. Say again?
Yeah, so
I was just making a joke. He said there's a problem of people selling drugs on there, and I was like, well, I guess problem is a perspective.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, like, they have a problem. Like, Snapchat's problem. It's not really, I guess, people's problem. The problem is them losing all their years worth of memories. Like, some people are saying they have like memories and photos and videos of like people that have passed away that they're gone now.
Oh damn!
Which is like terrible.
Exactly.
Well, I sync any video that gets put on my phone, even sent to me through WhatsApp, just syncs up to my Google. So I just, anytime I send something on Snapchat, I'll download it right away to save. And so I remember like, what the fuck did I send to that person? Even just like.
Yeah, people have a false sense of security when they're interacting online, because they truly think that if it's online, it's there forever.
It's really not. Like really storage space, storage costs
really
money.
Not.
Yeah, energy.
Yeah. But they can allow you to find or have access to. It might be there, but it might be behind a wall. You'll never get through, or you'll find. You'll never find
I know
that
MySpace.
Because they will make it.
Yeah,
MySpace did something similar. It's like they lost everybody's like photos and stuff from, and then everyone lost their shit. I'm like, dude, you didn't save any of your shit from MySpace.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Interesting story about that. 2 years ago, and then I did this for that shit. I keep self-promoting this show that doesn't even exist anymore. But I did this thing for a shit post where one of the people that produced my show worked at a company that acquired MySpace, or worked with them somehow, and she gave me access to the back end because I'd forgotten my username and password, and I was able to go in. Like, there's a lot of MySpace has changed, and a lot of it is lost, but I was able to go back and look at my photos. and it was as horrible as you thought it would be. You're just like, oh God. I was like, I'm so fucking stupid. Like, look at me. I'm like, I remember like seeing things that I thought was funny, like as a college student that is. I used to make my own T-shirts, and I had one that just said "jizz" on it, and I was like, and I was,
nice.
I mean, let's be fair. That is
awesome.
Funny. That is legitimately funny.
That's good.
Yeah.
I love laughing at my younger self.
For sure.
I was like a big scene kid.
Is
like
it
my
good
lip
that
ring.
stuff is gone now? Yeah, maybe it is good. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Anyway, it was a lot of pictures of like all sorts of things. Anyway, I just want the last story. There was an infamous picture of me making out with one of my friends, and his parents found it out, and they made him move out of my apartment because they, in a weird way, they just I guess I didn't look at it like this way. I just thought it was like a thing that went wrong. But his parents were just like, we're not having our son be influenced by this gay man or whatever. I was like, and they made him move out of my apartment.
Jesus.
That's hardcore.
Oh wow, man, crazy. Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you use Snapchat, download your shit right away. If you guys have the same problem as me, I'll send a video to someone, and then they'll respond and say, "Haha, that was so funny," and I'll be like, "What? What did I send them? I don't know. Like, I can't be part of this conversation if I don't know what picture I just sent, because you don't have a history of what you send. It just goes, right? But if you download it, you can, if you have a bad memory like me, save yourself and rewatch it, be like, oh yeah, yeah. But then also you won't lose anything. I have like hundreds of videos of drunken, hilariously drunken videos that I'm sure I'll laugh at someday.
Some things I believe are, I think like MySpace being wiped clean is like the biggest clean slate our generation has ever been given. Like, I am so glad my MySpace is gone. And like, oh man, that was a horror. Like you know, everything you can and will say can be used against you. Jesus Christ, I am happy MySpace is gone.
OkCupid has public profiles, and they've been around for a long time. Same with Plenty of Fish, and those aren't wiped. So I remember having to go back a couple years ago and be like, holy shit, I still have accounts there. That's all my pictures. Wow. Like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing.
Your old dating profiles are even worse.
From 2008.
Oh man, I have.
You know.
It's like, oh my God, my profile consists of nothing but taking back Sunday quotes.
To delete dating profiles when I'm done with them, but I don't know anymore.
Everyone just stop the episode right now and say, oh fuck, that's a good, let me
everyone's gonna be combing through all their dating profile.
Just remembered.
Sure, I remember a while ago having that same panic, thinking about like old fan fiction I'd written when I was in middle school. Like, oh God, I have to look for this right now and erase it.
Did anybody have a Zanga in high school?
A what?
A what?
A Zanga, Xanga.
Oh yeah, I for a little bit, yeah.
Oh man. I remember I had one. There's some very angsty things on there. I remember deleting like many years after the fact.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, go delete. This is what I'm saying. The magnet, guys. Don't underestimate using the magnet on your computer. Just get rid of everything. It's like my 2003 me was wearing trucker hats by Made. I guess that's the Good Charlotte brand. It's like my favorite movie is like old school Vince Vaughn is fucking hilarious. Yeah, you know. I don't, oh boy. Best actor, hands down. No, it's not my. I don't know, man. It's just whatever it is that I was into in 2003. Shoot me, Chevelle, dude. Does it get any better than Chevelle?
It's amazing you remember so well what you were into back then. It's like,
okay, yes and no. Some of these I'm exaggerating. I wasn't like so into Chevelle, but yes, I was playing Chevelle album in.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
Great, man. Yeah. Oh man, my face hurts from smiling so much.
Sure. I have a picture, by the way. My favorite old picture of me from high school is from August of 2001. I'm wearing an Insane Clown Posse shirt on a boat in front of the Statue of Liberty in the Twin Towers.
Oh.
Hey, Fago can't melt steel beams. So yeah. Anyway, moving on.
How do we move on?
I have that pre 9/11 whoop whoop is all I'm saying. So yeah.
Nice, very, very nice. We're all envious.
And by the way, while we're talking about it, I'll make it a little vaporwavy. One of the few things to survive one of the leaks in my attic after Katrina was my Big Money Hustlers VHS with Insane Clown Posse.
What is on that?
Thank God you saved that. Thank God you still have that.
Yeah. What is on that?
Wait, we say what is on that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me.
It's an ICP movie, right?
It's an Insane Clown Posse movie.
Oh
so,
my God. Sick.
Okay, so this is who's in it. Rudy Ray Moore as Dolomite. Dolomite's in the movie.
Holy shit.
The Jerky Boys are in it.
Nice.
And Harland Williams from Half Baked is in it. He's like the main dude.
I need to watch this movie now.
It's not great. Do you want me to read the back?
Please.
I actually think I remember a Bad Movie Podcast doing a review of that very movie once.
It's not great. And I was a fan. So here it goes. First of all, if you ain't a juggalo, then don't even buy this. Just put it down and grab something else. Now for the rest of you.
Good advice.
I passed the test. I passed the test. Okay. So this is for juggalos only. Now for the rest of you, here's what it's about. After sweeping his own streets clean of organized crime, a San Fran super cop, hey, that's your territory. A San Fran super cop named Sugar Bear, Shaggy 2 Dope, Sugar Bear, heads east of some tougher turf. Soon after landing a job with the NYPD, this pimpin'-ass piggy realizes that he may have met his match. New York City's enormous underworld is solely run by one sinister Don, Big Baby Sweets, that's Violent J, always joined by his two sidekicks, Big Stank and Lil Poot, that's Twisted, calls all the shots and single-handedly operates New York's entire crime world. Okay, yeah, it keeps going on for a while. It doesn't matter. But yeah, there you go. I mean, yeah, all right.
That's
I could keep going on, but it's a long-ass paragraph. Like, no movie goes this in-depth with how long it is. But yeah.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack is obviously nothing but Psychopathic Records artists. Yeah. I will say at the end of the movie.
Psychopath.
No, go ahead. Just go. No, we don't need it. No, that's enough of this.
That's your vaporwave movie choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was Jupiter.
Oh, was it? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's his vaporwave movie of choice.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Okay.
On that note, though, that's something I did.
Land Before Time.
Land Before Time, bro.
Oh, that's a good one.
So good.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
that is like nostalgia.
So good. Only the first one, not all the sequels. They have so many sequels. The first one was the best.
Sequels.
No, the first one was like dark, right?
Yeah, it was.
It was very dark.
Really dark.
It was very, very dark.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
the
right
voice
up there
actor
with
for
like
Ducky.
Ninja Turtles 1. Yes, Ducky. Oh man, yo.
Yeah. The voice actor for
God.
Ducky also did the voice for the little girl in All Dogs Go to Heaven. And before the release of the movie, her dad murdered her and her mom and burnt down the house. Isn't that crazy?
Holy shit.
What?
And they still released it.
Jesus Christ.
Whew.
I knew that
That is
she had
dark.
I knew that she had passed away. I didn't know that it was under that context. Wow.
Wow.
Whoa.
I can't think of the movie without thinking of that.
Yeah,
know.
that's cemented
Fucking
in there
tragic,
forever
dude.
now.
Jeez.
Oh my
Anyway.
God. And the fact that it's called
Heavy.
All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Go to Heaven. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? You can never come back, Charlie.
Rough, man. Woo.
Anyway.
But yeah, Land Before Time.
You
We'll
have
have to stream that. We have, for anyone listening, if you're not on the Discord already, we have a great Discord and we do weekly film screenings together and with the community. So come watch Vaporwave nostalgia shit with us and have some fun. Yeah, we'll stream that one.
Definitely.
Who else got some Vapor movies?
It's usually every Sunday
Oh, yeah.
around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we have a list, but you're always welcome to add to the list. I mean, there's no limit to what we can watch, so it's always really fun. We always have a really great time watching movies together.
Thank you. Yeah, what was it? Did you say 11 or did you say 10? Because I thought it was 8. Did you say 8? Oh, 7.
It's at 7
Oh,
p.m.
yeah.
Central
Okay.
Standard Time. It gives you any indication of, West. What?
Late Sunday nights, we'll go with that. Sometimes we do change it here and there.
Yeah.
But please join us. Does anyone have any vaporwave-esque movies?
Well,
Make
I mean,
them
if you're
think
looking
of
at it for the sense
nostalgia.
of like something that you find nostalgic, something that wants to draw you back to an earlier time. I mean, in the same vein of Land Before Time, a lot of the Don Bluth movies,
Oh, yeah.
Don Bluth. Who's that?
Rockadoodle, Secret and M, all of that. But it's like for me, it's all far enough back. It's too hazy. Like I can't remember much of what actually happened to those. But a better choice, I think, outside of animation, would be Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Just because, like, I watched it so many times. In school, they would just play it. I probably saw it like 20 times. I don't know. And
Wait. Are you talking about the Tim Burton one? Because you said Charlie. Is that right? Is that what you're talking about?
was it just called Willy Wonka, the old one?
Yeah.
The one with
Yeah, the old one.
That's
is
so
Willy
funny
Wonka.
because we all knew,
Willy
but
Wonka.
I always call it that too. It's not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That's what the
Maybe
book
it's because
is.
the book, right?
Yeah.
the book.
I think that's what makes me up. But
Yeah.
like that and the fucking the way they shot in these small German villages for all the like exterior stuff, and it felt like a real place instead of everything being on a soundstage until you get to the factory.
Definitely.
And that's what gives it this like extra like weird punch. Like, okay, we were in like this real space and now we're in this weird TV stage here, and that whole thing. I mean, and plus Gene Wilder's a fucking master. Everything he did.
Gene Wilder,
I don't know about
that's who it
everything,
is,
but a lot
man.
of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Let's add that to the list too. Yeah, that one really hits hard for me too because it has like it's like a spectacle to it, like unrealistic things can happen to any old kid, right? Like I always looked for the chocolate in my chocolate bar growing up, like how you could buy random ones or just like thinking like the world revolves around you a little bit in some way, maybe at some point. That brings back that sense of childhood.
Yeah. I like how you put that, Omega. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. The lag is bad.
I think.
No worries.
Who else? What do we got?
I think definitely Karate
Yeah, that
Kid's
was
gonna be
what
up
I
there.
wrote down. Karate Kid, and then the new Cobra Kai coming out.
Yeah, the first Karate Kid. Yeah.
Yeah, we're having like a Karate Kid revival right now.
Yeah,
For sure.
That's
Yeah,
true.
they got
Yeah.
that show on Netflix, right?
Then,
Yeah,
Cobra
exactly.
Kai.
Cobra Kai.
That's a lot of fun.
oh yeah, really good. I was pleasantly surprised how good that was as well. And Karate Kid, amazing. And I think it's definitely one of the inspirations for another great, more modern movie, which would be
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I always forget about that.
which. Yeah, I've got my Kung Fury shirt
yeah?
on
So it is.
today.
Okay, yeah,
So,
sick.
I wish the
Yeah.
camera was better.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I threw in the chat. This is from the 90s. I don't think a lot of people have a lot of memories of it or whatever. But like I said, I actually brought it up earlier. It's called Jan Hammer Beyond the Mind's Eye, and it was just a weird thing I rented from. Mine was called Nighttime Video, but like I think you can get it at Blockbuster or whatever. Like the two chains before we had Blockbuster were Video Joe and Nighttime Video, and that's where I would go and rent it. So it's just it's just a 3D generated movie from the 90s, and it has
those
that
are
very
sick.
yeah. It feels like late night MTV stuff that they would show. Like I said, like Liquid Television.
They're so
So, yeah,
vaporwave.
I don't-
We see people using the footage from those so much in like live sets and whatnot. There's the one I always think of. I don't know if it was from Beyond the Mind's Eye or The Mind's Eye. There's actually 4 films.
There's 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got super like the highest of high quality versions of them as well. We should stream sometime.
Sick.
Yeah,
Dude, that would be great. Yeah.
Mhm. And like, because I've never actually sat down and watched them, right? Like, and some of the music, dude, is like fucking That's vaporwave straight up. Some of it back in that shit.
Yeah,
yo.
totally. That's exactly
So
what
good.
it's like. It's as far as anything that could be shared that is like literally what would be vaporwave. That would be it. I mean, aesthetically, I think people sleep on Reboot, the cartoon, the Canadian
love
cartoon.
Reboot.
Oh, I was just
love
thinking
it.
of that.
Yeah.
I do not. That was my shit. That was my absolute shit.
Not the
when I was a
reboot
kid.
of Reboot, the
I
original
loved that
Reboot.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a new one? They remade
There's
it
a reboot to
finally?
Reboot.
They did Reboot the Reboot.
Oh my god, I
There
waited
was-
like years. Holy shit.
There was
I
a
gotta
reboot
look
to
this up.
Reboot, but it was 3 real life
Oh.
kids, and it was like some kind of
Yes.
Power Rangers thing. They would like
Yes.
it looked terrible. It looked completely.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
reboot.
was
The
lame.
Guardian code fails. Oh, that looks like
It looks-
asshole.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And Reboot.
No,
I don't know.
okay.
If your aesthetic is Reboot, I'm
Yeah.
You'll pass.
that-
pass.
The OG
Mainframe's
Reboot
animation
was awesome.
art. It was pure art.
It was. And like
It was
Warning
great.
and
Reboot
Cunning
and
Game.
Beast Wars, both
That-
best cartoons.
That purple cube.
I would love to hear
Beast Wars.
Interro's review because like I don't like Reboot as a show could be a little hard to get into. It was pretty corny. But what did you
Oh,
think
it
of
was
it?
super corny. But I was like,
It's
I
been
was
a while,
deep
but
into it.
man, you just look at any of the still images of Reboot, and you're like,
it's like low poly art. It's amazing.
What is this? It is. Yeah, I'm not. If you like it,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's
it's
like
fine. I'm gonna say it's just not my aesthetic. It
It's
doesn't really look
nostalgic.
Totally
It's
okay.
very
I think-
nostalgic.
I could send this picture real quick of Reboot and you would think that they basically made like songs like the Barbie song or Eiffel 65's I'm Blue. Like that, some of these things. I'm gonna send this in the chat. It's from an article from the Den of Geek. But let me here like just this yeah like that. Just this photo
Oh my
of
God.
them. Yeah.
when I actually get the
Yes.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah.
I forgot almost about the time skip that happens in the show when the little kid
Yeah.
grows up and
Yeah, Dot
Oh my
Enzo.
God.
Dot
Yeah.
Matrix.
Oh, what?
yeah.
Dot Matrix, yeah.
Dude, it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
late
He-
90s.
he- and
That's
he
what's
only
so
has
great
one
about it. It's like,
eye.
I am the
That
candy
was like-
man. Nah, nah, nah. Like, I just think of
Mid-early
trashy
90s even.
Euro music.
I was
when
so
think of it.
into it, man. I loved it. Oh, Omega, did you want to say something? Sorry, we cut you off, I think.
I just made a really stupid comment earlier. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I want to hear the stupid comment. I'm here for it.
Well, I was just saying that like maybe the reboot kind of deal is the same thing as Code Lyoko, where like you could kind of get invested in the story, but the 3D animation was just
Yeah.
no,
Mhm.
especially because everyone
It
had
was
tall
very-
foreheads for no
It
reason.
was early.
Mm.
Oh
Like-
yeah, those 5 heads on Lyoko, that was pretty rough.
Man, I never
Like,
clued in.
so, like-
Like, I was so deep. I was like, you know, they could have done anything and I would have eaten it up. Like, maybe it's because
Yeah.
I was so affected by some of the powerful moments of the show as a kid, especially into like
Yeah.
some of the season finale episodes.
If it's a good story, I can totally forgive, the
Mhm.
art. Like even in a lot of ways, a newer one, Ruby.
Yeah.
The earlier seasons
Oh,
of
yeah.
that animation where they were rough,
Mhm.
but the
It kept me
story
going.
totally made up for it, and it
Yeah.
got better over time.
It's
with
funny. Is I
animation
stopped
and the
watching
art.
Ruby as it got better animated. Like maybe I just got too old for it, or
Really?
I don't know. Maybe I'll go back.
Maybe it lost
To
the
the-
charm that it originally
It was
had,
kind of
but
cell
it
shaded though,
was
wasn't it?
a little less.
Rooster Teeth, yeah, it lost the charm, I think, yeah. Rooster
I mean,
Teeth was going through
Lyoko,
a
like,
lot of changes at the
Rooster
time.
Teeth, go for it. Sorry.
They were going through a lot of changes at the time, and then the one guy passed away, and I think
Yeah.
Gary or something.
Creator.
What was his name? Greg. I don't know,
I'll
but
have to look it up.
yeah, they just good
I mean,
things can never last forever.
I'm trying to look at these CG aesthetics like roly poly oly. Does that work for
Oh.
Vaporwave and stuff?
I don't know.
I don't think
What's
so.
your least
It's-
favorite like 3D animation? I guess mine would be Jimmy Neutron.
yeah.
Hey, see, all of these things are ripe for shit posting, though. They have this like deep fried, like
They are.
what do you call it?
Jimmy Neutron has been
cursed imagery. Yeah,
Jimmy Neutron.
like that's
Jimmy Neutron has tons of cursed imagery.
They have some of the worst smear frames too, and it's like, how do you have smear frames for 3D?
Yeah.
Like
oh yeah.
Jimmy Neutron
this
is
is-
so vapor.
right.
I remember there's this old video I saw. Let me see if I can find it. Oh shit! I'm recording my.
this. Yeah, this.
Shit,
By the way,
go
this
on.
image is cursed. I'm sharing it in the meetup chat.
Yeah, I can't find it. I'll bring it up later. But it's a great
eBay.
vapor GIF.
Roly poly oly Halloween costume.
I
just
actually
looks
just have
cursed
like
God, that
massive
looks terrifying,
blast from
bro.
the past.
I don't
Thinking about Kolyoko.
I don't want to see anyone wear them.
The way it's
Oh,
sitting
no.
on that closet door with the vignette on the picture makes it look like something straight out of a horror film.
For the viewers, I guess. I mean, I don't know in the post we like, putting up on the screen or anything, but this is just
Yeah, we'll put it up. We'll put it up.
This is I hope you
like
can see this and understand what we're talking about.
Could you imagine having that in your
terrifying.
daughter's room, just hanging in her closet, turning off the light, like wishing her a good night, turning off the lights? And
Yeah, that's like a goosebump story, or are you afraid of this dark,
Which
fuel
I was
there?
gonna
have vapor feel.
I was gonna compare it to this. I'll send the image, but if you ever read Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Harold.
Oh,
So I'll send that in there just to kind of give it a comparison of what it kind of reminds me of. Is this image right here?
Mm.
Okay. Meeting chat. It has Harold vibes.
Oh god,
oh,
yes.
No. Oh
That's
no.
frightening.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Anyway.
I think you're triggering
Yeah.
some memories of reading this story that I can.
I just watched a tier listing of all the scary stories to tell in the dark by Nick
God.
Spears, and because like I grew up on this. This was like, if you can believe it, the imagery of like Harold, and it's Alvin Schwartz wrote the stories. Whoever the artist was, that guy's amazing. But like I was looking at these images in like probably first grade, maybe kindergarten, somewhere
Good
between
God.
kindergarten and second
Wow.
grade. Yeah. I mean, it's really creepy. These things gave me horrible nightmares, but I loved every minute of it. Yeah. Did that hit? I don't know. We don't have to go into that nostalgia fest, but like, I don't know, did anybody else read this stuff? Because they
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
still have my copies.
rebooted the images, and now they're like not scary at all. They're like very
Yeah.
clean. And I was like, not into that. Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway.
On that topic, that actually reminds me of a very good video of I really In Praise of Shadows, I think is the
Yep.
name.
Yes,
But
they're
did-
great.
Yeah, they did a video of I wish I remember the title, but basically they said it as like why we shouldn't be redoing or remastering horror book covers. And
Yeah.
they talked about how for some reason we have this tendency to clean stuff up when specifically stuff like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark were meant to be messy because it adds to the horror. And so like they're saying that like we're kind of stripping away the horror element by cleaning up these things and giving them new symbolism instead of the original. So I think that just definitely is a good tie-in, but also tagging off of that, I was thinking back to the original question of favorite vaporwave movies, and this is gonna be, it's kind of gonna be like a pitch. I don't know if I can convince anyone, but like it's basically because when I thought of the question, I couldn't think of a specific movie that makes me think vaporwave, and it's probably just because I'm maybe part of the younger people in the crowd here, but also like when I think of vaporwave, and I guess it's just because I'm hearing it more auditory, but like there's a certain quality of 80s to early 2000 movies where the sound effects are the more nostalgia part than the movie itself. And like having grainy audio and specifically sounds of like people walking in leather shoes in a hallway, and it reverbing, it echoing, bouncing off the surfaces. You can hear the felt brushing up against the lapel mics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like just those sensory feelings really say vaporwave to me, and I found that a lot of horror movies like Halloween 1 through 3, Exorcist, Nightmare on Elm Street. They just had so many of those moments where I think like that's nostalgia for me in terms of kind of vaporwave, which may be weird to say instead of saying stuff like Mallrats or like Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Definitely.
Like instead of that.
For sure.
Because that's so neat that you said that.
Just like thinking of that.
I love that because like that's the other side of vapor. There's so many sides to it. There's like the consumerist side, the straight like I just want to dive back into my past and memories of my childhood and sort of. There's like dark vapor. There's like like future funk, dancey. There's mallsoft. There's everything in between. And we don't really see people like talking about those in between little nuances of like production quality of an era, so much as just like exploring and celebrating like the film itself. But really, it's like so much of the vaporwave art and music we love, and why we love it is because it's borrowing those nuance, those little elements from these things like you're talking about, Omega, and you're in the horror, for example, or the felt low production quality kind of stuff that we just don't see anymore. Like maybe with the loss of analog only recording media, and who knows why, but that's really interesting. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I think like go ahead.
Well, I was going to bring up the as per like the sort of surrounding sounds of these things, these sort of accidental sounds. It sort of extends the notion of liminality, like these sort of this familiar audioscape that is like kind of the same between all of these pieces. Like they're different enough, but it's like it brings that familiarity, and it's not meant to be at the forefront of your attention. It's just to get you from one scene to another, or just to sort of fill in the silence or something, just sort of that's sort of incidental, but you pick up on it, you recognize it when you hear it.
For me, like that would be like epitomize. You gave really great examples because horror is will focus more on the quiet moments and therefore have that. I would say like these like early 90s Warner Brothers movies, like transitioning to the 80s, that are all like when New York was the place to be. So like Gremlins 2, the new batch, is the one that I think of as having like, to your point of sound effects, because that movie's like very wacky. It has its quiet periods, and they just kind of like it's also very cartoony in a way. So I like on that respect, I would add Gremlins 2, the new batch to that.
Yeah, nice. Very true. I haven't seen that one, but I can feel it already. Like I can just.
It's sort of a parody of itself. It kind of is making fun of the first movie, and yeah.
And there's it's more like the puppets are more jokingly animated, sort of, or like presented. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. I've definitely seen it. Just
it's like
screenshots
detailed as well. Yeah. A side story on that is like I had a friend who he just has the gremlin who flashes somebody, like that's like he just owns that statue. And the funny story about that is like he holds that in such high regard that when he was trying to break up with a girl by secretly moving out without her finding out, they had everything packed away, and he was like, "Oh shit, I forgot my gremlin." And he had to like run back and go get it. And they were like, "Dude, we gotta get this." The guy that was helping him was like, "We gotta get you out of here real quick." And and he's like, "No, I gotta go back and get it." And she walked in on them getting the gremlin, and she was like, "What's going on? What's happening?" So that's what
secretly moving out without telling. That's another
The Watch. You guys remember Pulp Fiction? The Watch?
Yeah, of course I do.
The Watch. It's totally The Watch.
It's The Watch. Yeah, he's got to leave, and then she forgets it. It was in the top drawer. No, you didn't check it. You got to check it. And he has to go back, and you know, maybe die.
But yeah, anyway. Side rant over.
Great one. No, that's awesome. So I don't want to keep people for too long. It's been like an hour and a half or something. I think about an hour and a half, maybe longer. So we'll wrap it up. I just want to say thanks for everyone for coming. Like, this was very chill. Just glad everyone got a chance to talk and shoot the shit a little bit. If there's anything you specifically wanted to talk about as, you know, an opportunity to get in front of all of our fans and stuff like that, like, please do, whether it's just share your socials or talk about some cool thing you have upcoming or what it is you plan on doing while summer's coming to a close and, you know, it's gonna start getting cold soon and school's starting up, you know, the last hurrah. What do you got?
My plan is to.
No, you go in Terra. You go in Terra. You go
first.
That's the lag. I'm
just gonna say, I think my plan is just to hang out with all you wonderful people and continue to discuss and explore, you know, all things that are vaporwave and have these wonderful conversations where we can maybe, you know, get down to, you know, the bedrock here of, you know, what it is that drives us or attracts us to this. Why do we keep coming back? This is, you know, the place for it. And, you know,
awesome.
I can't wait as we, you know, go through all the layers to see what we find and maybe what we can, you know, bring to everybody else out there.
That's amazing. Well, hopefully the anniversary event will be a great way to kind of, you know, remember some of those great gems of moments and be our first opportunity to kind of blast into year 2 and really start honing in on that stuff and offer it to everybody else. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a banger party and it's going to be super exciting. And I hope you all bring your Jackbox game.
Yeah.
I've been practicing, so
yeah.
If you're all competitive, I'll be bringing it.
We've got some good players around here. Awesome. Thank you, Interro. Where can people follow you?
I follow you. Oh, you didn't know. I'm a professional learner. So. Don't follow me. I follow you. So it's all good.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Who's up next? What about you, Agnos?
Hey, what's coming up? I'll be shooting a few shows up here in the Bay Area that I want to talk about. Let me see if I can find. Oh man, find the tweet with all the dates.
Oh yeah. Take your time.
Yes. Thank you to the person that keeps leaving all the random VHS tapes and the cool cassette outside of my house. Because someone keeps doing that.
What?
I got a whole box of like Chinese like soap opera tapes, like that somebody just like left in a huge box outside. I don't have a VHS. I was about to say VHS, but I don't have a VCR.
Yeah.
So I haven't like watched anything. I need to get one. All right, so September 11th, awesome. There's a retrowave party, San Junipero retrowave party here in the city. There's an unannounced vaporwave party coming in October. Vape Air is coming in Oakland October 15th, and then George Clanson will be in Berkeley on November 10th. I will be at all of those shows. I'll be shooting pictures. If you're in the Bay Area and you want to take pictures with me and like do some nighttime shooting, I am all down for that. Otherwise, just come say hi.
Awesome.
You can follow me at Agnos Music, Twitter and Instagram.
Cool, man. Please do. We will. And hoping to see some of those photos.
For sure. I am excited. I am very excited.
Are you you got like a portfolio or something we can check out? Like where would those photos be going to?
So most of the photos will be on my Instagram, but I do have a portfolio. It's agnos.com. It's my website. I was gonna use it for both music and video, but right now it's just like our music and photos. But right now it's just my photo work that's all up on ognos.com. So just check it out.
Nice, man. Man, I got to do that. I have indyadvent.com and my realname.com for my portfolios. Both of them are blank, and I think I just let them expire recently because I'm like, I'm kind of broke. Do I really need those domains for the 4th year?
Nothing. Names expire.
Nothing. There's nothing. Oh, wait, this isn't live. Okay. No one go buy those right now, please.
You better buy them before this gets published.
Nobody go buy
that literally tells people to go out and buy it.
Yeah, you better.
It's a Streisand effect.
I'm so glad we're not live. I'm so fucking glad. I would literally have been like, fuck, get my mic out of here. It's scrambled putting that shit out. So by the time this episode comes out, I will have that back again. But yeah, like I commend you for putting in the time to making a portfolio. I've got so much stuff I need to, organize into a cohesive package to say, this is what I'm good at. Check it out. But it's a nightmare, and I don't want to even start. But someday, maybe I'll check out ognos.com for some inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Cool. Who's up? Anyone else? Anyone want to drop some tidbits?
I will.
Stu.
I will go.
Yeah.
First
of all, what's the background?
Yes.
You gotta tell us about your background.
This? You
Yeah.
talk about this?
Yeah.
In 2016, I took a road trip with some friends to Austin because they really wanted to see Radiohead at Austin City Limits. I'm not really a Radiohead guy, but it was a good excuse to take a trip. Took a lot of photos and then just made a vaporwave mixtape for my friends and made an album cover. There was more, like with pictures of my friends in the middle, but I don't want to show their faces without their consent, so I cut all that out. But I still have this portal, by the way. If you ain't in Texas, this is Buc-ee's. This is a Walmart-sized chain of convenience stores with hundreds of gas pumps. And if you've ever been in the area, definitely stop at one just to see it because it is a sight to behold. It's almost like a church. Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Religious experience.
Yeah, okay. They have the merchandise set up almost like a shrine to the Buc-ee character inside. It's
interesting.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Also the bathrooms. It's urinal sanitizer all around the wall of the entire bathroom. But anyway, that's enough advertisement for Buc-ee's.
That's cool.
Sponsorship.
Yeah.
So for anything coming up, I'm mostly just excited for the end of summer. I live in rural Texas where it's just hot all the goddamn time. Ready for that to be over. As long as we don't get another polar vortex, that'll be great. And then we're as we get into the colder months, end of October. George Clanton's going to be rolling through Austin, so I'll definitely be there. If you'll be there too, look out for me and come say hi. I'd love to talk to someone. I've been so lonely for the past 2 years.
This needs to happen. Like shows are finally coming back. It's like, we've been waiting. We've been waiting so long, like dying to get to these shows. Let's not let our nerves of the day of get in the way of having this amazing time. Like I remember Porter Vong almost didn't go to both Electronicons just out of nerves, right? Same here almost. Like I got big problems with anxiety and shit, so yeah. Get out there, start seeing these folks and saying hi and feeling like a normal person again.
When you do it, please.
Sure. As expected, yes, please. Yes. Please do that, of course. Yeah, that's a whole. We'll save that for another for offline. Yeah. Awesome. And how do people follow you, Stu? Where do people check out what's going on with Stu?
So I'm on Twitter, STUADD. Mostly, I guess I retweet Hexadecimal when she posts about Star Trek. That's probably my big thing. Other than that, I don't know. I'll like a post if you do something cool.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get that coveted stew.
Yeah. That's
deep.
Oh God. Oh, you froze for a second. Yeah. Coveted stew ID like. Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. And yeah, just keep your eyes peeled for Stu around Utopia District, around the shows in Texas, and yeah. Great to have you, man. Such a blast getting to talk to you. You're like my favorite, bro. I'm glad you came out.
Jesus Christ, in front of all of us.
I told you, I'm the cute one.
Because he's the cutest.
Yeah.
Cute one.
There you go. Pernoko.
Yeah, I guess I'm just Prenoco at Instagram. I don't really use Twitter. And, check out the Utopia District website. I work on the events page, and soon we're going to have a labels page up. If you see anything that you think would add to that experience, let us know, and I'll try to implement that somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to give a shout out to Alex at Pacific Plaza and Porter Vaughn. So that's it for me.
Thank you, bro.
Porter.
Well, one more. I got a question. Like, what you go to a lot of shows and whatnot, don't you? Like, you any shows coming up?
Yeah, I'm going to a Gemini show tonight.
There you go. Awesome, man.
You are going to that show.
Wait, say what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
The damn lag keeps interrupting our conversations. Yeah, awesome, man. If anyone's going to any shows in not in Orange County, right?
Orange County, LA, San Bernardino, just like Southern California. Like, I'll try to hit any show I can.
Yeah, crazy. And obviously not just vapor stuff, right?
Well, yeah, I do EDM. I'll go to anything that I think I'll have a good time at. So, like a classical show, even.
Yeah, awesome, man. Sweet. Well, great. Thank you, man. Thanks for all your hard work on the website and labels page. And yeah, let's party up and have fun at this anniversary event coming up. And who do we got left? Omega. What's going on with you?
Hi. Yeah. So I actually do make music. Not under Omega. I go under a moniker that uses a made-up word. Called Abyssal C.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna bother spelling it out right now, but basically,
we'll link it.
If you search Abyssal C, you should find probably a Bandcamp. I have an Instagram and Twitter, all under the same handles. I have. The problem is I have projects that I can't fully announce right now. I'll just say I have an important announcement coming out within the next week and a half, and then there's some planned projects within the next few months. But while doing that, I'll also be in school. I'm already back in for the semester. Yeah. And then while doing that, I'm pushing myself to make sure I get these articles and stuff written out so I can post them.
Awesome.
I'm just the plan stuff is mostly just hopefully trying to find more music to write about, more artists to talk to, while balancing this whole kind of thing. But yeah, so feel free to look up Abyssal C. I don't know if there'll be links or anything, but look it up. If you find my stuff, feel free to bully me into making sure I write stuff instead of putting it off.
No worries.
And I think that's pretty much it for me.
Cool, man. Yeah, we'll make sure people follow you, one of our awesome writers. And yeah, if you have an album you want reviewed or something, hit us up. Omega/Abyssal will give it a shout, give it a check, and we'll see what happens.
Sure.
We got a lot of writers, so I'm sure if anyone submits something, we'll be happy to take a look. But anyway, yes, thank you so much, Omega. So super stoked having you on the team, man. Can't wait to really develop this relationship farther and get to know you guys, all you guys. Can't wait. I'm stuck here in Canada, and hopefully we can get over the border soon and get together in person. But for now, we will keep doing this online thing, and because it's amazing that we can.
I'll shout out real quick all my shit.
Oh fuck, man.
Okay.
Please.
That's all good.
I'm bad.
It's all good. Okay, cool. Okay, it's literally all of these words. It's not one word. It is all of these words. It's Jupiter like the planet. Literally Jupiter, and then you have to type in like and then the planet. That's my @ on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and I am currently doing stuff here. I do write for another channel, but I don't even know. Is that worth mentioning here? I don't even know. They haven't even announced me as working there.
It's up to them.
So anyway,
like, they care. You know.
I have no fucking clue. I'll just put it this way. I'm wearing their merch there.
Yeah.
So that's it. So if anybody knows.
That's a cool shirt.
Yeah. Anyway.
Cool, man.
So there you go. That's what I'm doing these days.
Yeah. Awesome, man. And helping us out when you can. Very excited for your upcoming videos you have coming out at Utopia District and just being a part of the community. You're a great I don't want to say asset to the team. Of course you are, but you're a great personality to have, and you have so much cool insight and unique experiences and stuff like that. It's great to have you.
Oh, thank you.
And anyone listening to the show, on that note, you know, if you want to join the team and get to know us and participate in this cool thing we're trying to do here, hit us up, join us up on Discord, talk to us on Twitter, shoot us an email, contact@utopiadistrict.com if you don't have Twitter or Instagram or whatever. We're here to spread the love and make this community, you know, everlasting, and see what the next 10 years of Vaporwave are going to offer, what they're going to look like. All right. Cool. I guess you guys follow me if you want. I'm kind of boring. Just Indy Advent, like wherever. INDYADVANT. Search it up wherever, and you'll see something. But mostly, just follow Utopia District. Who knows what's gonna happen over the next year? But if the last year was any indication of how much we're gonna do and how much fun we can have, then it is. How do you end that sentence? I don't know. It will be good times this next year, and we celebrate with everyone along the way who joins us.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Thank you everyone for being here. Any last comments or regards?
That's all I got.
Yeah. All right.
Just be excellent to each other.
Be excellent to each other. Thank you, Stu.
Be excellent.
Be safe.
And be safe. Yes, absolutely. Okay, folks. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Later.
We can't do the 3D blast thing, but we will wave. Okay.
What is the 3D blast thing?
Oh, they cut the show with everyone doing that, and it's the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Great way to say goodbye. We'll come up with our own sign off somehow. For now, just goodbye.
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 shoppers. Utopia District is now closing. Please bring your items to the checkout now. We hope
hope to see you again soon.